Hi, my name is Nicolette. I am a novice gardener and I want to introduce you to my fast-growing tree.
Introduce you to my Ruby Supreme guava tree. I got the tree last year in 2019, and within the first year, I had an abundance of guavas this past summer. For maintenance, I used neem oil to help protect it from all the insects. And when I first initially planted it, I used the Root Rocket fertilizer in organic soil. It's so big now and I can't wait for more to come. In addition, last year I also bought the Fuyu persimmon tree. It is growing wildly. It's pretty big. Haven't had any fruit yet, but I'm so excited for what's to come. It's such a cute tree. Lastly, my third tree from Fast Growing Trees is the Little Miss Figgy tree. It's actually not so little, but it already has its first fruit coming in soon. Look how cute that is. And it only has been 1 year since I've had this tree. So excited.
Thank you for taking a tour of my fast-growing trees.
P.S. I'm really excited to get an avocado and papaya tree to put in this empty space.
Hello there. I'm Nikhil and I'm going to tell you about these cool plants I have here. This one's Stromanth sanguinae, also known as tricolor stromanth or prayer plant. They grow 6 to 8 feet tall and are a variegated variety that has these really cool magenta leaves. This one needs a bit of pruning so I can keep it smaller and keep it inside the house. Over here I have Philodendron binatifidum, also known as the tree philodendron. These plants are of the genus Philodendron, which is a huge genus of large plants, many ornamental varieties, and many of them have these large, beautiful leaves like this. Tree philodendron is a bit redundant because dendron already means tree. The prefix philo means love or affection, and this tree really is one of love. It was purchased first by my grandparents in 1977, and we've had it for over 40 years. When it first came to this house, it was in a bit of rough shape. It only had 2 leaves left, but with some extra nurturing and more sunlight, they can really grow massive. You can see here this trunk that's forming, which is why they're called the tree philodendron. They can grow 10, 20 meters high in the wild, but obviously if you're growing them in a container like this, you can keep them small. Both this philodendron and this stromanth are native to the rainforests of Brazil, which means they do pretty well with low filtered sunlight. They actually prefer filtered sunlight. Direct sunlight can actually sunburn the leaves. These plants can do very well inside because of that. Just keep them by an east or west facing window. They both prefer moist soil, but not overly wet, as if you leave them in standing water, they can develop root rot. We're in Minnesota here, in Zone 4, so it gets really cold in the winter. But having these plants just goes to show you can really grow a tropical paradise anywhere.
Hi, this is for a submission to the contest. This is our fiddly fig, and these guys are almost dead when they first got here. We talked and sang to them, kept them in the same spot, and they're thriving. They look great. They didn't look like that when we first got them, but these guys, same thing, and look how well they're growing. We don't move them too much. We try to keep them in the same spot. Fiddly figs don't like to be moved all over the place, and they've acclimated great to where they are.
Here are my plants right here. I've so many, but I found that they really all just so special. My favorite 2 that I feel like I'm gonna be highlighting today are my Philly fig that I got from Fast Growing Trees and my Meyer lemon, which I got from the same place. I first got my Meyer lemon. I was so excited of the thought of being able to grow my own produce in my room, and it's just grown so much. find that like the really thing that helps is like getting the right fertilizer, and the right watering schedule, and the right light. And my fiddle leaf fig right here. I find it just a wonderful tree. On this tree, I was able to correct my first problem with the plants I got with my my lemon, which was I kind of didn't know I had to acclimate it, which is something very important to when you grow plants. You always have to acclimate your plants to your environment before you play with them. So luckily, I knew that for this one, and I let it sit for 2 weeks in the place I wanted to keep it, and then I planted it, and it's been doing wonderfully. I mean, it looks like it's been just putting out so much new growth. And I just have so many plants right here that I'm just constantly growing my collection. And I think one of the best parts of growing plants is being able to propagate it. Like, an example of this is a little small propagation that I have of my Monstera deliciosa, or our Swiss cheese plant. I mean, just the quality of the plants that Fast Growing Trees sells is amazing.